This time, I will talk about Shohei Ohtani and Yoshinobu Yamamoto's evolution, and Roki Sasaki's growth. First, let's talk about Roki Sasaki. Roki Sasaki did it for us. On May 24, Japan time, he started in the game against the Brewers. Held at American Family Field. He pitched 5 innings, allowing 3 runs, with 2 earned runs, showing a great performance. The team won 11-3, and Sasaki earned his 3rd win of the season. This game was one where you could truly feel Roki Sasaki's growth. He allowed the leadoff hitter, Ichiro, to hit a 4-seam fastball for a double over center field. Then, the second hitter, Turame, hit a timely double down the left field line, allowing the opening run in just 6 pitches. He needed 35 pitches in the first inning alone. This kind of development is exactly what some media and reporters, who are eager to criticize Roki Sasaki, would rejoice over. Many fans might have been deeply concerned, thinking, is Roki okay today? However, even though Sasaki allowed 3 runs in the first inning, he did not allow any more runs after that. In the second inning, with 2 outs, he faced a pinch after allowing an extra base hit to Ichiro again. But he managed to get through it somehow. From the 3rd inning onward, we could see the true style of Roki Sasaki. And in the end, he pitched well, going 5 innings with 3 runs. The greatest takeaway from this game is that, with the previous Roki Sasaki, this was a game development where a first inning knockout was entirely possible. However, the current Roki Sasaki is different. He cleared the sudden pinch in the first inning with just 3 runs. And he did not give up any runs in the subsequent innings. First and foremost, I feel his growth in that aspect. And then, his matchup with Ichiro. Just like in his first and second plate appearances, he was hit for extra base hits. However, in the 3rd plate appearance, he caught him looking for a strikeout. This is also a major takeaway. Some media and reporters, who routinely criticize Roki Sasaki despite it being a tight contest every time he takes the mound, must have been very disappointed. Without a doubt, Roki Sasaki is growing. To put it from the perspective of many fans in Japan, Sasaki is returning to his original, true form. What Sasaki had been struggling with until now was the difference between the NPB and MLB official balls. Compared to the NPB official ball, the MLB official ball is slippery. Also, there is an aspect where the seams are rough. Sasaki had a hard time adjusting and was struggling with the MLB official ball. But since around his previous pitching appearance, he seems to have gotten used to the MLB official ball. And he showed us a wonderful pitching performance. Last time, he had 0 walks. This time, he only had 2 walks. Originally, Roki Sasaki possessed high control accuracy. That is precisely why he was able to achieve a perfect game at the young age of 20. The reason why he could not easily display his inherent abilities since coming to MLB was largely because he suffered from the difference between the NPB and MLB official balls. At the current stage, that anxiety is almost completely being resolved. Although there is some slight anxiety left, we no longer see situations like before where he could not manipulate the ball properly. That is exactly why he was able to build the game for 2 consecutive matches, and deliver pitches that contributed to the team's victory. He is a pitcher who was incredibly amazing from the very beginning, because his true ability had not been fully displayed in MLB. Some media and reporters said whatever they liked based on their own thoughts and criticized Roki Sasaki. But pretty soon, they will run out of things to criticize. Their work will be reduced. Roki Sasaki is growing day by day, and practicing with a desire for self-improvement every day. I hope he continues to showcase the power he possesses at this rate, and aims to become the best pitcher in the world. Next is the topic of Yoshinobu Yamamoto. Yoshinobu Yamamoto showed a spectacular performance during the 2025 season and the postseason. He showcased world top-level pitching, contributed to the team's consecutive World Series championships, and won the World Series MVP. Last year was the absolute best. So, how about this year? He continues to deliver wonderful pitching as always. However, he has a challenge. It is that he tends to allow runs in the early stages of the game, from the first to the third inning. Also, right after you feel relieved that he got through the first to third innings with no runs, he sometimes allows runs in the middle stages of the game, from the fourth to the sixth inning. However, there is also a mysterious thing. When Yoshinobu Yamamoto allows runs in the early stages of the game, his pitching after allowing those runs becomes absolutely unparalleled. The Yoshinobu Yamamoto after allowing runs becomes a completely different person from the pitching before allowing runs, showcasing a Cy Young level pitching artistry and completely shutting down the opposing lineup. Regarding Yamamoto, we can look at it from two different viewpoints. The first viewpoint is that allowing runs is not good, but because he can display his original power by allowing runs. Allowing runs in every game can be perceived as a necessary thing in order to pitch well. The other viewpoint is that allowing runs in the early stages is his challenge. He is required to eliminate runs in the early stages. If it weren't for those runs, he would be a perfect pitcher. Although it is viewed from these two perspectives, I feel that both are necessary and required for Yoshinobu Yamamoto. In other words, for games where he allowed runs, he just needs to make his pitching after allowing runs perfect. On the other hand, it is also important to research daily and accumulate training, aiming for perfect pitching where he gets through the early stages perfectly with no runs and does not allow runs in the middle stages either. Depending on how you look at it, Yoshinobu Yamamoto is already a completed pitcher. However, he himself is surely not satisfied with his own results yet. During his NPB era, he won the Eiji Sawamura Award, which is at the position of the Cy Young Award in MLB, for 3 consecutive years from 2021 to 2023. During these 3 years, he is a pitcher who was selected as the most outstanding pitcher in NPB. Winning the award for being number 1 in NPB continuously for 3 consecutive years shows that Yoshinobu Yamamoto's power of continuity and desire for self-improvement are extraordinary. From such facts, although the current Yamamoto is a completed pitcher, it can be perceived that Yamamoto himself, without a doubt, is not satisfied with the current status. In other words, it is easy to infer that the figure of Yoshinobu Yamamoto that he has showcased in MLB so far, and is showcasing right now, will level up even further. On his mound, you can see that he is showcasing a figure of constantly growing through success and failure, and success derived from failure. Since it is something a human being does, I think there is no perfection. But I want Yamamoto to always aim for pitching that captivates fans all over the world and do his best. He surely desires that as well. I want to pay close attention to Yamamoto's pitching from now on. Lastly, it is the topic of Shohei Ohtani. In the game against the Brewers where Roki Sasaki started, Ohtani showcased a great performance with 2 hits and 1 walk. What I paid attention to was his 6th plate appearance. Although it does not become an official record, he hit a ball pitched by Jake Woodford towards the left field pole that was a foul ball, but oh so close to being a home run. For the recent Ohtani, it was a very good batted ball direction. For him, showing a hit toward the opposite direction like a right-handed batter's batted ball becomes the barometer of his condition. And a home run-like hit toward the opposite direction represents that his condition is turning upward. Also, the hit he unleashed to right field in the 9th inning was wonderful as well. But the hit to center field that he unleashed in the 7th inning had a beautiful trajectory reminiscent of Ichiro. Without a doubt, the shape of a new unicorn is being formed. It is not complete yet, but eventually, the batting style of the new unicorn will be completed. Without any unnecessary force, he turns difficult pitches into hits with skillful bat control like Ichiro. And for sweet pitches, he hits spectacular home runs just like before. The batting of the new unicorn will refer to shaping the absolute best finish as a batter. The common trait of the samurai trio is that everyone is practicing every day with the goal of improvement. They are facing baseball with absolute sincerity and striving to improve their skills. Because it does not look flashy, it does not attract attention. But without a doubt, regarding Shohei Ohtani as well, a new shape of batting is gradually being put together. From now on, Shohei Ohtani will mass-produce home runs. Without a doubt, he is going to hit like crazy. That is all for today. Thank you very much.